and the night will wait with its fangs to lacerate my only chance to kill its poor sugar skull, my sugar skull. But I want it, and it wants me. And patience is a memory when you fill it full, fill it full, fill it full. 'Cause it's beautiful, beautiful when I'm inside. Beautiful, beautiful when I can have. Beautiful, beautiful, so leave me alone. Yes, beautiful inside. Beautiful when I can have. Beautiful, beautiful, so leave me alone. Till I put a handle on it, put a handle on it, put a handle on it. Until I put a handle on it, put a handle on it, put a handles on it. Just leave me alone.
Greetings from Sardinia. I'm here at the 2013 Aprilia Caponord 1200 launch. And I'll tell you this, the Aprilia Caponord has come a long way since I rode it last time in 2004. It's about 10 years ago. And back then it was a 1000cc V-twin. 2013 it's a 1200cc. And it's got the engine first seen in the Dorsoduro. But Aprilia has done a few changes to that engine, and it's now tuned for touring with torque at the right places, which means it's got a little bit more torque lower down, but it's also got about 5 horsepower less than the Dorsoduro. Out on the roads today though, I didn't miss those extra horsepower. This Caponord, it's so highly tuned in chassis, suspension, handling, how the engine responds to the throttle, and comfort levels are very, very high. It's got a small fairing which can be adjusted to by using two knobs. It's quite a sort of old-fashioned style for that. Riding on fast, not quite motorways, because we haven't been on motorways in Sardinia, but riding on faster sort of A roads, the in its top position, it gives a little bit of wind noise to my full face helmet. So you know, it's not like Goldwing type fairing. It's sort of compromise type fairing, same as you get on a bike like the Ducati Multistrada, basically. So it's not gonna protect you completely from the weather and the wind, but it's doing a fair enough job. it's got also hand guards or wind protection for your hands, and you know, as you must have on a sort of. I can't really. This is not a travel enduro, you know. This is more of a sport touring bike, and you know, it's very, very blatantly obvious that Aprilia is doing really well in World Superbike racing, because when they launched this as their sort of touring bike, Caponord, they it handles, and you know, you can see on the front end has got the RSV4 lights and everything, so it shows a certain amount of intention here. So definitely it's in the same class as the Ducati Multistrada, but I believe I can safely say that Aprilia has taken it at least a step up from where Ducati is, and particularly when it comes to suspension. So the Aprilia dynamic damping, which their system is called, at the front it's semi-active. I can go to detail here because this suspension has got so many sensors on so many different parts of the bike, but I can just do one of them. So each time the fork compresses, there's a sensor that measures the air pressure, the difference between a fully compressed and an open fork movement, and there's a sensor measuring that air compression to make sure the damping is optimal at any scenario. Now at the rear shock is actually fully dynamic. It's not semi-active, it's fully active. So there's even a sensor measuring the movement of the swing arm. So forget about Skyhook. This Aprilia system is more, so there's no sort of fairy tale make-believe X figure up in the air. Aprilia and the Caponord and the ECU know exactly what's going on. So it's fully active. So putting Aprilia's new ADD system to its test today is fantastic, because on these hairbend corners and absolutely stunning roads we've ridden today in Sardinia, the Caponord hardly puts a foot wrong. The only one little thing I managed to do, which could upset it slightly, was to kick down from second to first gear and heavy braking. Then you had a small reaction from the rear. But that's it. The Caponord loves it when I'm opening the throttle mid-corner. And first to second gear, just full throttle. And it just drives out of those corners like nothing else. So actually, so much so that I'd love to see the ADD suspension system on a sport bike soon, because it's pretty good, and both when it comes to comfort and when it comes to handling. Both when it comes to fast handling and slow handling. So slow handling then is comfortable, fast handling is just sure-footed and very precise. Now, obviously this here is the Caponord with the travel pack. So you have the luggage capacity and also the exhaust muffler, which I think is a pretty nice design, by the way. Is adjustable in two different positions. One is when the travel pack is on. One is when you remove the bags, and the muffler can be moved slightly upwards. And that's to get a little bit more ground clearance. I'm not certain if the Caponord 1200 needs more ground clearance. Not that, you know, these things are touching the ground all the time. But that's because this bike makes you very fast. So Aprilia's done a very, very big job in making sure that the Caponord 1200 is as good as it is. So we've determined that the Aprilia Caponord 1200 handles really, really well. It's got tires from Dunlop, it's got the Sport Max qualifier, which is a very unusual choice for a sports tourer, because they are tires for a sport bike really. But Aprilia decided that they wanted a little bit more sport into the touring, so they put very sticky tires on it. And obviously handling and grip benefits. We're not certain whether the longevity is going to benefit, but you can always go for something else, you know, once the qualifiers have worn out. Anyway, so you got Brembo M432 radial calipers, very, very good brakes. And along with the handling, along with the semi-active suspension, which is actually active on the rear, the Caponord, with its practicality and the travel pack, gets a big thumbs up from me. And I think Aprilia's done a very, very good job with the Caponord 1200 on every level, from the inside to the electronics, to the handling, to the great V-twin engine. So especially big thumbs up for the Aprilia Caponord 1200. Ciao from Sardinia. Mamma mia! Really gorgeous place this. Chia, Sardinia.